Hello, my name is Joseph Avery-DiPolito, and tonight I'm going to be going over my Tableau project. So, starting with the data, this was the data I was given, and I wasn't really sure exactly what type of company I was going to be looking at, but just looking at it, I saw fishing, jet boats, cabin cruisers. So I'm taking it as some type of boating company, water sports. They have assortment of items, and they're all over the U.S. I don't think I saw anything in Alaska or Hawaii, but all over the continental U.S. So my first sheet, I went with state sales by year. I think it was a good, just kind of broad overview of how every state um, was doing with just sales overall. In I used 2018 and 2019. Um, so just look at the bar graph. It's really easy to tell like which states are doing well, like California, obviously, Florida, Illinois. Um, so yeah, I also included the region and years for the filters. So if you just want to look at, let's see, just central U.S. You can look there and see, okay, Texas is the highest performing there. So yeah, and then my next slide is department sales. I did this by region, so I could see which region um, or which department was selling the best in each region. So let's say I'm the company and I'm looking at this. Okay, I can see fishing sells the best pretty much everywhere, and the cabin cruisers um, department might need a little work. So another thing, they could be like, okay, we need to put more or a lot more effort, time, money, marketing into the cabin cruisers department and try to boost sales, and maybe don't focus so much on the fishing department. Another sheet I made, my next sheet is just item sales. So there's items within each department, um, and it just says how they sell across all the regions. Um, Again, if a company just wants to look at which items are selling the best, just by looking at these, looks like the nitro sells best in every region. They can see what's not selling so well, and go off that. Also, I included this pretty much the same filters. Just if I want to look at one specific item, just deselect and click Duckworth. Okay. Same with region, if I want to look at a specific region. And then the last main sheet I did was a sales map of the U.S. and it has, it's pretty simple. It's just all the total sales from each state. Um, I think so. Yeah, the first sheet was just kind of year by year, and this is just the overall. And I think it's better to look at this kind of like on a map because you can geographically see all the regions. If you just want to look at, okay, central, like physically see them, maybe see like where they're at on the water because it's a water company. So yeah, Texas gets all the most. The lakes up here, looks like there's a couple states here that are selling well. Maybe it's because they're on the lake. Find out what items are selling well there. Maybe what items sell best in these kind of smaller, less populated, not around water areas. And again, it's just a way the company could look at it and decide like what sells best in areas. And that's kind of what I was going for when moving on to my dashboard here. Um, so I kind of like the combo I did here with using the map and the item sales. Because scrolling down here, I don't know why it's giving me a hard time to scroll. You can look at specific items. So I can see let's look at West. So the West here. Here, let's move this. So I know this nitro thing might be, it's under the fishing department. Um, So I think it's good. It sells best by the coast. So makes sense that the West, the nitro is selling well because here I'm trying to. Jeez, come on. Because all of California is on the coast, sells good by water. Kind of goes back to what I said earlier about just knowing geographically where things sell. That was just one example, but if I were the company, I don't know exactly what they're selling, um, but it's a way they can look at, um, like I said, what's selling. And then, yeah, so the story here I went with pretty much just all my sheets that I just showed. The way I did it was I started kind of broad with the states, like the state sales, and then it kind of funnels its way down into department sales, and then item sales. So it kind of just trickles lower. You can see exactly within. You can see, okay, this state is selling high, has high sales. Specifically, this department has high sales, and then you can look even more specifically and see what item is selling well. And yeah, at the end, just again, threw in the map. I think it's a good to look at it from a instead of just like a bar graph, which I forgot to mention. I use the bar graph because it's kind of easier to. Or I use the bar graph for these regular sheets because it's kind of easy to pull like which like for this case the items. It's easy to see which is selling the most, selling the highest, um, compared to the sales map, which is it just kind of throws numbers at you. Um, but the sales map itself, I think, was good. Just a different way to look at it geographically. Um, Bringing us back here, and then lastly, yeah, it was just the combo. I chose the item in item in the map, and they can determine what they want to sell, what's selling well. One thing I was able to learn from the company, it looks like the nitro, or a lot of the fishing department of the items, um, aren't selling. Well, I guess all that product line like this isn't selling as much in the South, which you would expect it to, because a lot of these states um, are right along the water, and a state like Texas, which is barely touching the Gulf, is selling a lot more, which kind of doesn't make sense. So it kind of tells me this company might have good products, but maybe they're not marketing it right in this region. Um, so that's just something I could pull. The company could maybe do better if they marketed better or focused their efforts down here in the South. Um, so yeah, that's just something they could do. Overall, with Tableau, I liked it because it's kind of different from Excel. You can kind of mix match different like categories and see what you can draw from it. Um, like these sheets I made, I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do at first, and I kind of put things together, and I was able to make some good conclusions. I was able to I did the whole funneling system. I kind of just came up with that, and then the item sales in map combo was kind of the last minute thing I did. So I mean, it ended up working out. So I think this is a good software. Um, it took a while to to understand how to use it. I think it's like my fourth project, but now I'm really starting to get the hang of it. I think just the way everything it's able to like present information. I think it's probably the most useful, underused software that businesses use. So when I enter the professional career, my professional career, I'll definitely be using it. Whenever I'm doing maybe like presentations or anything like that. But yeah, thank you very much.